Hello, everyone. This is your one and only Key Mama. This year, the Key Mama Foundation is raising funds for single parents. You know yourself how hard it is sometimes when you are couples, especially on holidays. The children, they demand so many things like Christmas gifts and so forth and so on. Imagine a single parent. We are not one to judge them while they are single. I always said that. But I'm here to plead with you. No amount is too small. This year, once again, the Key Mama Foundation is giving away chicken, birds, rice, and some oil. But we can't do it without your help. So no matter what, pennies, nickels, dime, shillings, name it, we will take it. Please. If you live in the US, the number through Zelle, the name is Catherine Cujo. The number is 718-708-1086. When you're doing Cash App, it's 718. Then the sign is $Key Mama 5. If you live in Ghana and you want to send Momo, it's 054 827 8781. Momo in Ghana, or you're sending to Momo in Ghana. The number is 05 827 8781. You can also visit our website www.thekeymamafoundation.org and click the donate button, and we will receive your kind donation. May God richly bless you. Once again, this is Catherine Kojo.
Yes, you can hear the message is clear. Once again, this is your Key Mama on Key Mama Show. Today is Wednesday, and we are going to have a wonderful guest who will take us through romance and regrets. I know that you are all set and ready. But like I said, this is Christmas time. It's a giving month. It's a giving end of the year. God has blessed you in so many ways. So you also try to bless others. And the number is on the screen. Please, no amount is too small. Click on it. Donate any amount, and we will be really, really appreciated. While we wait for our guest, Miss Belinda Glee I think the network issue is a challenge, but she will try her best to join us. She was on few seconds ago, but I think the network break off again. She will try to join us. But while we are waiting, let me turn you off for another commercial. Without a commercial, what can we do? We can't do much. So let's hit it. Gold Star Airline, it's coming soon, very, very soon. And I know you are all eager, ready to fly Gold Star Air. As we wait for our sister to join us, Ghana and the network issue. Ghana and the network issue, it is not easy at all. But I know definitely that soon is going on. Yes, she's trying to join us. Hello, our sister, are you there? She's trying to join us, but we will get it. We will get it straight.
Thank you for your attention. Enjoy your flight. Coming soon with great flights and great deals is Gold Star Air, registered and based in Accra, Ghana, providing scheduled and non-scheduled flights to USA, Europe, Asia, Middle East, and West Africa. Experience flying the spirit of Ghana with our direct and non-stop flights from Kotoka, Accra to Gatwick, London, Dubai, Guangzhou, Lagos, Abuja, Monrovia, Abidjan, Freetown, Conakry, Banjul, and Baltimore, Washington International. For more information, contact us on www.flygoldstar.com. Gold Star Air, Wings of Ghana. If I could just for one moment touch the sky, from that one moment in my life.
Please, when you come on, share as we are trying to navigate and position ourselves. I know you're really eager. Our sister trying to join us, but the network is not, permitting us to join. But I know very soon we will able to make it. I know we were gonna make it. So don't go anywhere. Sister Belinda will join us soon. Today the topic is all about romance and regret. I know everyone watching me today you have been through in a very lovely romance relationship, and it's so heartbreaking. Before you know, lovebirds and lovers will end up turning into enemies, and they don't want to see each other's face. They don't want to see each other. It's really the cause? Nobody knows. It's just between the two of them. They will call family, they will call elders, they will call, sometimes people to intervene. And none of, the both sides could spit it out and say, this is exactly why. They will be rather going around the circle. It will be stories. This one will say that, this one will say that. Then sometimes it's been resolved. But how many times it's been resolved? Because if it's been resolved and it's being resolved, we won't have a divorce, we won't have a separation, we won't have bitterness, we won't have regrets. But the point of the matter while we are waiting for our sister to come, Belinda, is that how do you deal with the aftermath if something happened in between the relationship? If it happens and it doesn't end well, how do you regret? Do you harbor pain? How do you go about it? That's the lesson or the conversation we are going to have today. How do you really handle it? Are you able to handle it very well? Or you put pain in your chest? How do you go about it? That is the conversation we're trying to share today. How do you handle that situation? Jonathan Lamte, thank you. Because their hearts are too far away from each other. Do you think that is the issue? That their heart is far away from each other? Because how did they come together at the first place? How do they come together? Do you think it's the heart that is separated from each other? That's the reason why, the separation happened. I think you watching me or you listening to me, you have the answer. I don't have the answer. I am here for us to have conversation. Our sister trying to join from Ghana. The network sometimes is very challenging. It breaks on and off. She tried to join us. But while we are waiting, we can still have a conversation, because romance and regrets falls in so many shapes. It's not just a man and a woman, there are so many ways it goes. But the point is, how do you deal with it? we all regret sometimes. You ask yourself, wow, why did I even enter into this at the first place? Weren't you thinking that the first time you met a person and you get involved in a romance? What happened? Have you ever regretted entering into a romance relationship? I know you do. Jonathan, I know you do. Mr. Lamte, I know you do. I know you do. We all like question ourselves sometimes. Why did I get it? How did I get involved? So we are here today to learn. So if you are out there, you are not busy. I know my sister also trying to, I'll admit again and see how best she can join the network. Oh, Ghana, please try and get us a better network out there, because we are living in a global village. And Ghana, it's, you know, one of the vacation destination places, you know, developed. So the network should be on point for us. The network company should do something about it so we all can enjoy. Like my sister trying to join, she's trying her best. But if you are out there, you can type. Like Jonathan typed right there, he said, because their hearts are too far away from each other. I don't know, but something really clicked and they came together at the first place. So how come their heart fall apart suddenly and they become enemies? Or yeah, some are ugly. Some are ugly. Some separation, some regrets are ugly, that the person, the other partner wanted to retaliate so bad that nothing could stop that person and they wanted to retaliate. If we find a problem and there any problem, there's always a solution. You are out there, you know best. How did you resolve your regrets that you had in a relationship or a romance relationship? How did you resolve it? You can share with us. We are learning. You know, Key Mama Show, we are here to learn. Always, always learning. There's, you always have to learn. You always have to learn. No one is perfect. This is the end of the year. End of the year. Do you have any regret? This is the month of reflection. This is the month of reflection. You have to assess yourself. You have to check yourself. You have to analyze and see which habits I'm taking into the year 2022. Which one should I build on? Who am I going to be with? Do I have to give ultimatum to someone to do something right in our relationship? If we have been in a relationship for this long and you haven't asked for my hand in marriage, for how long are you willing to wait? All these things play in the romance and the regret. Sometimes you say to myself, I should have, do this or did that, and maybe this should have worked. It's all regret. The moment you start questioning, that means there is a regret itching you right there. So that's why we are here. I don't want to take the conversation from my dear sister while we are waiting, but I know that he's trying to get, I know she's trying. I've been accepting. She's on now. She's trying so hard. I don't want to take the whole thing out of, Oh, Sister Belinda. Oh, network. If you can see my screen, you can see. Oh, finally. I know. She even hired a IT person to join to make things work. Hi, Sister Belinda. Hello? Can you hear me? I can hear you, so please check your microphone so I can hear you. I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, beautiful. Finally. You really did well. You really did well. Let's clap for our sister. You really, because
I
was
really apologize for the
yeah.
network.
And my brother Jonathan here tried to hold me down not to give up. I know you always get my back, Jonathan. Jonathan said people also grow out of love. And about 98% of relationships are mismatched. It's only who can intervene. Oh, but I think he said it's only God. That's
yeah, it's only God who can intervene, really. Yeah.
But we are yet to find out the whole shabam of this romance and regret. And I think that our sister Belinda here is the one who's going to take us through. Like I said, I don't want to, you know, so my that's why I was like trying to, you know, go here and there just to hold my viewers, because they come, they pop up, and they know that a sweet, beautiful sister is coming up, but nothing is happening. And now I'd like to introduce my sister for you. Enough of the talking, Key Mama. What can I say? Welcome once again, Sister Belinda Bleed to Key Mama Show.
Thank you so much.
Where we educate, we learn. This is the platform, and also motivate people. So that's why you are here. You qualify to be here. Yes. Most festivals in Ghana are celebrated, you know, around the summertime and everything. We welcome you so well here. And Madam Belinda, you are an amazing, and looking through doing the research about you, you have incredible, you know, skills. I can't even mention events management, palace protocol management, counseling and guidance, and national health insurance scheme. Oh my God, I don't want to take it to you. Welcome, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Mama, first and foremost, let me apologize for the network hitch. I like to say that I am happy to be here. I'm sorry I didn't link up with you before today. I've been hospitalized, and as we speak, I am interacting with you from the hospital. So I've been trying so hard not to inform you, because you probably then say that you would want to postpone, but anything for God and country. I thank everyone. Greetings to you and to your cherished listeners. As you mentioned, my name is Belinda, and I am a God-fearing, people-oriented person. I am a simple person. I believe in the positives and not the negatives. I don't believe in the word I can't, the sentence I can't. I always believe that if we set our minds to anything, we can accomplish or achieve them. And I'm really, really happy to be on your show.
You are really welcome. And, you know, like
Thank
now,
you so much.
I even like, should I go on or should I stop? But I really thank you for taking it from the hospital. And I guess we don't want to ask what takes you there. Maybe you are going to have a wonderful twins, triplets, quadruplets for us. I don't know, but I'm making it up. Because if you end up, we want something good to come out from that hospital. No,
I'm going to be well. I'm going to be well.
So this platform is a conversation.
Yes.
This is not a hot seat. It's a family conversation. And now like I told you, we discuss everything. Today, our topic is romance and regret. At what point can you say that someone has regretted in his or her relationship?
I think that is the point where you realize that your needs ain't been met. You're greatly probably disappointed because promises made to you haven't been fulfilled. And then there are times when you also had expectations that haven't been met. Expectations that might be known to the other party or not, that haven't been met. So that is when you can say that really you are on your way to regretting actually. Because in most parts of the world, we begin dating or get into whirlwind romances with mask on our face. You know, I don't really show you the other side of me. When we probably meet the first time, I get to pick the things that you favor or the things you like. and it's like writing an exam. So I try to put up my best, keeping up appearances and showing you all that you want to see, saying all that you want to hear, buying you all the gifts that you want to have. So getting in along the way, you realize that since you are keeping up appearances, you might not be able to do those things all the time. Meanwhile, you made me buy into the fact that this is who you are. You led me on. So at some point, I would have to get disappointed no matter what, because you are becoming yourself. You understand? You are taking off the mask, because I mean, there's only so much you can do when you are pretending. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So Sister Melinda, do you think that before each one or someone get into relationship, they should spit everything out? This is who I am. I am Black and I am tall. This is what I have. This is my financial status. This is how many children I have. This is how many children I intend to have. Or you think it's the right time to spit everything from the get-go?
I can't say which is right or wrong. Now, what I can say is that we need to be upfront in the beginning. But then there are some of the things that you would have to mention ever so slightly. You understand? For instance, if let's assume if I meet a single guy and I have 5 kids, this will be overwhelming to say, look, I have 5 kids. You might not even start before he runs away. Okay, so some of the things would come later on, bit by bit, ever so slightly, but there are a lot of things that you need to lay bare on the table. For instance, if you don't like for a guy to speak to you just anyhow, this is something that you need to stand up for. You understand? Some of the stuff you have to mention along the way might be the heavier ones. But as a person, if you don't like something, you don't like it. You don't have to pretend because someone gifted you a Range Rover or a laptop. You understand? So I believe that we need to be upfront from the beginning, but a day at a time. And then there's a limit to the things that you can say when you're starting a romance. And there are some that will put the other party off. Yes. And it all depends on the individual. Yes.
Okay. Sister Belinda, voice has disappeared a little bit. The sound is gone from Sister Belinda's end. Yeah, the sound is.
Can you hear me? Is the sound better?
I can hear you now. Like you said, there are certain things you don't have to spit it and you have to go a day at a time. Don't you think that is where maybe at the point that you you drop certain information, that is where the regret comes? Because you think that, oh, if I drop it, I say something, give this information now, it might turn the person's off. So let me wait maybe few months or weeks along the line to drop it. Don't you think that's where the regrets comes in?
So there should be a time frame for every form of exposure that you need to put out there. For instance, I don't want us to just lay the facts on only the negatives. There are positives that will put somebody off. Like if I were a billionaire, okay, it will look like I'm showing off if I meet a guy the first time. I'm like, I have this, I have investment here, I have this and that. You understand? And then in a nutshell, you could probably describe yourself in a way that you can defend later on and say, look, I said it this way, but you didn't get it. But why you have to hide grievous facts about you? For instance, you are an alcoholic, okay, trying to recover. You are trying to be sober. You understand? And you are going out with someone in the first few weeks, you might probably not be comfortable telling the person, look, I am not okay around alcohol. But then again, Key Mama, I think it depends on the receiving party. Okay. If you think they can handle a certain level of truth, you can just lay it all bare from the beginning. But there are things that will definitely put people off if you don't take it one day at a time. Okay.
I still stand on the grounds that it sometimes to avoid regrets, you have to spit everything out from the get-go. Take it or leave it.
There are times when you as the individual spit out everything, okay? That's why I said I cannot say that one side is wrong and the other is not. The point is that there are times when you can lay out everything bare, okay? You tell the person all the truth that you need, you bear it out. but he or she is the one holding back on you. Okay? This way, you will still have to regret along the line, even though you told the truth. You said everything, you never let them on, but they probably were lying. Okay, so having regrets along the way has nothing to do with you most of the time, or the things that you spew out. It might be that you told every truth that you had to tell, yet the person disappointed you along the line. Okay, it might also be that you both were upfront to each other, but it just didn't work out. So it all depends on the individuals involved, and then what you think that they can handle bit by bit along the way. You understand? But then there are weightier matters that need to be discussed. You understand? If you see that the romance is going somewhere, or it's going to grow into something bigger, you have to discuss stuff like, I have a child. Okay, I've always had a child. I have a son here. I've been divorced before. I work with so and so company. This is where I come from. This is the kind of family I come from. These are my beliefs. These are my values. Okay. I would want to actually let someone that would want to date me know my values, my standpoint on a lot of issues, okay, and my background, the kind of family I come from, my religion, okay, whether or not I have a child or not, whether I've dated someone before, whether I've been married before or not. I would want to let my partner know all of that. But we cannot cram it all into one day. I'm not sure we can cram it all into one date as well. You understand? And then as we get to know each other, we know when to chip in issues and all of that. I am not saying that totally hold up every information about you and not tell the other partner. That would be lying. But then I can't meet you just today and cram my whole life into a book and present it to you. That way, it will be a recipe for disaster. So what it means is that you are going to read me like a book and do all the things that will please me.
Okay.
So we run a risk of overexposure when we try to put out everything bare in the first few weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
So that means that if I have to come in here, it has to be 50-50. And like you mentioned, there are certain information you can give out from the beginning. Then when you see how it's rolling. So is it allowed to say that, at this like initial stage, these are what I have, but later parts, I have something else to tell you.
Let's see how it goes.
Based to see how far we take these things. So this person also will be have at the back of the mind that, what is she have or he has to tell me and be wondering about this.
Like I said, you need to say most of these things ever so slightly. You understand? There is a level. There are levels actually in relationships or romantic relationships. You understand? In the first week, maybe I am the one that likes to rush things. I see how it's going, how many times we spend together, how deep the conversation gets. It brings out stuff that I might not really even want to say. So like I said, it depends on the personality of who wants to go out with you or your own personality, okay? Do I want to rush things? I could say, look, I'm liking you. We've been out twice this week. And then let's see how this goes, okay? And then tomorrow I might say, okay, can we go out, have a deeper conversation about ourselves, okay? When what you can accommodate. Okay, because this is a time when you don't want to get someone that will run away in days. Okay, you don't want to overexpose yourself and scare someone with the truth. The truth could be something good or something bad. Like I said, the truth could be like I have a gold mine, I own a gold mine, so to speak. Or the truth could be that I have met someone before. Can I tell you I've met someone before when you begin to date me? No. So it all depends on what you have to say about yourself. But like I said, your values must not be compromised. This is me. This is what I like. If you go out with me, you are not going to drink. This is me. I can't compromise on that. If you go out with me, you won't sit in my presence and be praising other girls or other guys. It's not personal. I'm just citing an example.
I
see the smile.
I'm just laughing about it. Don't worry. Get used to it. I'm always laughing.
Yes. For example, I could say that if you are dating me, you are dating my family. They poke their nose in everything. You don't like my family, then you have to go. You love me, you love my dog, in quotes. I could say that, look, I have kids. And I cannot date somebody who cannot accommodate children that are not his or hers. You understand?
Right.
These are things that you need to lay bare on the table. But there are weightier matters that have to come later on if he or she is able to stick around. Because if I tell you everything, including especially the bad ones, and you don't stick around, I will feel like you carried a part of me away. You understand?
You wash all your dirty laundry.
Dirty linen in public.
And you don't know what will come next.
You
Before we
understand? That is
move,
a
I
scary
just wanted
situation.
to break in, and I'm not going to keep you long because you're in a hospital. I don't want to, so I want in a few
not
minutes.
encountering
I'm so
anything.
sorry that
No worries.
because I've been worried, but I wanted to share this to my viewers, the fundraising of the Key Mama Show and Key Mama Foundation that is coming on. So I know that people will come and support and support and support. It's a month and the end of year. We thank God in so many things that we do. So I'd like to share my screen for a second, then we take it from here.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. You know how techno, this is.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Holiday donation.
Hello, everyone. This is your one and only Key Mama. This year, the Key Mama Foundation is raising funds for single parents. You know yourself how hard it even sometimes when you are couples, especially on holidays. The children, they demand so many things like Christmas gifts and so forth and so on. Imagine a single parent. We are not one to judge them why they are single. I always said that. But I'm here to plead with you. No amount is too small. This year, once again, the Key Mama Foundation is giving away chicken, birds, rice, and some oil. But we can't do it without your help. So no matter what, pennies, nickels, dime, shillings, name it, we will take it. Please, if you live in the US, the number through Zelle, the name is Catherine Cujo. The number is 718-708-1086. When you're doing Cash App, it's 718. Then the sign is $Key Mama 5. If you live in Ghana and you want to send Momo, it's 054 827 8781. Momo in Ghana, or you're sending to Momo in Ghana. The number is 05 827 8781. You can also visit our website, www.thekeymamafoundation.org, and click the.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll take it from here.
Sure.
Here we are. Thank you very much for sticking around and hearing from us. But I want to give a shout out for Jonathan Lamte, Nanajwa Ejriba Benson, the #1 chef in the Bronx, Na Okai Ko Tete, also watching. Jonathan Lamte said, but when you start a relationship with a lie, it is wrong.
I never said we should start relationships with lies. I said we needed to lay it bare, but we can't cram everything into one day or into just a few days. Okay. I am upfront about who you are, who you truly are before the start of everything. So Jonathan, I never said you should start relationships based on a lie. Never. It won't work. That would be a recipe for disaster.
Okay. What about since regret and romance? What about broken heart? Where that
You know, most of you, Kimama, do you know most of the regrets come after the broken heart?
No, that's why I'm confused. I'm asking, you are the expert in telling us where broken hearts.
You know, yes, a slim percentage, a slim percentage of people will begin to have regrets and then probably try to correct a few things or get out of it before we get to the broken heart stage. But most of us get burned.
Really?
Oh, most of us get burned before the regrets begin. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I think there were some red flags.
Right.
I think I saw this and I overlooked it. I think he mentioned this. He never listened. You know, I was blown away with all the gifts, with all the attention and the lovey-dovey and everything else. You understand? So it's a whole strange world that we live in now. Okay. There are times when you might even be tempted to believe that somebody's upfront with you, but all they told you were lies, like Jonathan mentioned. But I'm not all for that. I am all for the truth. Okay, I'm all for the truth. I would rather I engage with you and things didn't work out because of maybe personality differences rather than being led on with a lie. You know, people say that it's better to be hurt with the truth than to be comforted with a lie.
Yeah.
You understand?
I agree. Okay. So why some people get broken heart after they regret, like you mentioned, and some people it doesn't even move them at all? Is it there's an underlying medical issue that are related to it, or is just the person trying to I don't know what to say, but you're the expert. Go ahead.
I think, Mama, it depends on how invested you have been in the whole romantic relationship. If you've invested your time, your finances, your emotions, and everything in a relationship and have expectations, you definitely be disappointed if your expectations are not met. You understand? And if you fall in love along the way, it's inevitable that you will get brokenhearted once the other person doesn't feel the same. So most of these romances end in, unrequited love. Say he loves you, you don't love him back. And he's invested his time and everything, believing that this is going to work. And one way or the other, maybe intentionally or not, you were leading him or her on. Definitely the other person will be heartbroken. You understand? And nobody really sets off on this journey expecting to get a broken heart that, look, I don't want this to work. Everybody who starts something with you probably wants it to work, except maybe they laid it bare on the table to say, look, I'm just looking for fun. Okay, so don't get invested in this. Even when you are told that, you don't tell your heart what to do. You understand? And then again, you can also fall in love with just your mind. You know, Mama, we all know that love in Ghana, we say it's some way. Sometimes you don't invite it in.
So from what you said, that once you invested so much, your time, your money, everything, and the regret set in, that's where the broken heart also set in. And so you're saying that everyone that goes through that stage, like through that, get a broken heart, or it varies?
Not everyone.
Or you will say that those who did not get a broken heart don't love the partner?
It is not about not loving your partner. Our past experiences with relationships and love strengthen or toughen us along the way. So it depends on your exposure, the background, the things that you have been through, and how cautious you have been, and the kind of expectations that you have. You know, if you don't really have expectations, you won't get disappointed. Okay, if I'm living in the moment, I live for today. Okay, if I don't see you tomorrow, I might not call you back again, because I've had people do that to me several times to know that, look, this guy might not call me after 2 weeks. So after a fortnight, I might not really bother if you called me back or not. Okay. And then again, I might be someone who is looking for something more steady, something more serious. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I begin to show signs like, oh, I cooked for you. Oh, let me drop by your office. I brought you lunch. Can we go out?
Right.
Okay. I begin to buy you expensive things. Even if I don't say it, you realize that this girl wants something steady. Okay. I try to help you with your presentation slides and everything else. And I'm investing all my time and emotions and finances definitely, if it doesn't go well, I am going to be disappointed because nobody really does any form of.
Okay, our sister line went off again. Let me see. Johnny Wood said hello here. Jonathan said, do you believe in saying that love makes you do foolish things, especially when you see the red flags and ignore?
I think most of us have done the most stupid mistakes in love and relationships. Yes, sometimes love is blind and deaf as well. Yes,
Okay, so
because
love is blind. So
yes,
broken hearts depends on the individual. If you have experienced some before, then the rest become like whatever. Let's
depends on
let's
what you
move
did
on.
with the experience you had. It
Okay,
depends on how you are able to turn around the experience to favor you.
okay.
Okay, so that if you have that experience, you see things from afar, you see some red flags that you've seen before, you begin to question yourself. You
Okay.
understand? Yes. But then if you let the pain just go to waste, you might end up going through it all over again like a vicious cycle. Yeah.
Okay. So before we get to the stage of the adults, I have a story to tell, which is very sad. But as an experience, if you have experienced broken hearts, I think most people regret. I don't want to use the broken heart because I've never experienced that before. Not that doesn't mean that I don't have a heart, because my heart, I love it, so I don't give it to people. When I see that you want to mess up, I just carry go. That's my heart.
So,
I don't leave it
oh,
for you. Yes, I
that's
just
beautiful.
carry and I said, take your wahala, go somewhere.
So once
No,
respect is not being served, you
I
are
don't have I
way
don't
away
have a
from the
problem. My
problem.
heart is my heart. People who are closer to me know I carry my heart. I protect
Sure.
it very well because the beautiful ones are not yet born.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
and God is the one who controls things. So you can't die for somebody who doesn't want you. You can't
Yes.
do that. I'm not going to
You're very
advise.
right.
But how can you, as adults in the house, and we have children that are teenagers, how can you identify, if you can help us in this area, that maybe my son or daughter has gone through a relationship and has had this regrets and going through had broken hearts, and look at this you can see that they are changing. What are some of the signs, if you can help me in this area?
I
Because
would mention
sometimes we will hear that, oh, these teenagers, oh, somebody dumped me and I can't stand it, I don't know what to do. We heard that. What are some of the signs?
most of them become a pale shadow of themselves. I would mention a few general issues like if ordinarily she's always or he or she's always out and about, you realize that they begin to keep to themselves. Okay, even though this all depends on how well you know your child or your really loved ones or your friends, there are some general things that happen once they get their fingers bent. Okay, key mama, somebody who is an extrovert would want to maybe isolate themselves. They don't talk much. There are some that will come out and say, look, this is what is happening. I need to speak to someone and I feel like you would hear me. Okay, a few of them will come out and be upfront about it and say, look, my heart is broken. This person or so and so person has disappointed me. But some would want to isolate themselves. They become dull. They are unenthusiastic about things that they had enthusiasm about before and all that. But it all depends, like I said, on you as a parent or a guardian and how best you know your child. Because you have people who are brokenhearted and don't want to be vulnerable. So they will try to mask it, cover it up, okay? Pretend to be happy. Okay, that is when it's difficult to know because people are like, oh, what happened to this one? She's happy today. But you would really want to dig deeper. Okay, you would really want to dig deeper because most people would want to hide their vulnerabilities. Yes, so you can use a general measuring tool to assess or detect whether someone has had their fingers burnt or not. But if you know your child or your loved ones very well, you would realize that something is wrong and might want to probe further. Yes,
Okay.
because most of the signs are not too glaring for you to see. Aside the fact that they might want to keep to themselves, stay too long in their rooms and all of that, or losing weight and not wanting to eat or participate in family gatherings and all other social activities and all that.
Yeah, wow. The story that I wanted to share is that
Molly.
broken hearts really exists in some people. I'm not going to say whether they are weak, but you don't know internally what goes in there. I once upon a time had a friend here in New York City here, those who know what I'm going to, once I describe the story. And she used to work so hard, work living, and whatever money that she makes, she gave it to this man to establish, their future in business, invest in the business. And lo and behold, this lady got pregnant. She never had a child, and she's like of age. So God grace, she got pregnant. She was so happy because she was in love with this man and investing in this man, everything. So he said, oh, you know what? At this time, since I'm pregnant and I'm over here in abroad, I think it's about time you have to go and do the customary rite and we get married and stuff. So this lady kept on pumping money. Trust me, kept on pumping money. It's not like they say, kept on pumping money, give this man money and everything. Could you believe that this man went back home instead of doing the marrying this our friend? He went and got married to his ex-wife, ex-lady that he had a child, but they never had like a wedding and stuff. This man went back and did this to the wife that he left in Ghana. When this lady heard about it, this lady started going down. This lady that I'm speaking about today, when you see her, my dear sister, she liked to dress, she buy brand's name, like herself. All of a sudden, this woman will wear a wrinkled clothes and stuff. Then I'll see her and I said, my sister, what is wrong with you? Let it go. Let it go. And you see, she will tie her daughter in her back. They will walk with the tattered clothing in the US here. Can you believe that? At some point, the lady start really losing it and she start acting weird. Acting will be scratching her private parts in public. One time she came over here. I had a party. She came. She was like scratching. I said, what's wrong with you? This is not you. So here, as we speak today, this woman, she's in a psychiatric.
Oh my goodness.
For the longest. I'm talking about 16 years. She's in the psychiatric hospital. So broken hearts exist. But it's up to the individual how you can handle it. That's why I tell you that, Key Mama, I love myself too much that I will not even allow anyone to mess with me. And I'm speaking this to motivate other people listen to us today, that don't let yourself go because of somebody, because you never know that someone sitting somewhere just admiring you and you're going to let yourself go for this one. No,
even the Bible said not to throw your pearls to the pit. Okay. They will not value it. Yes, but then if you happen to make the mistake, you need to pick yourself up. You really need to pick yourself up.
That's
and move on.
Okay, here we are. Jonathan again said, what are you saying is that when you have high expectation and it is not met, you got a broken heart? We have here Daniel Jesse saying, Ayawaso Onukwamingabu. Mr. Opai also watching. I say, interesting conversation. Kudos to Key Mama and Lady Belinda. Great job. So Jonathan said,
Jonathan, I'm not saying that the fact that your expectations are huge means that you are going to end up brokenhearted. It depends on the level of expectation and what you have pumped in. Okay. Like I mentioned that you cannot invest without expecting returns. If I invest love, I want love in return automatically. Okay. We as human beings, if I invest love in you, it's because I want it in return. Okay, if I invest my money in you, nobody wants to invest in something that is not going anywhere. Jonathan, you wouldn't want to invest in a dying business when you know that the prospects are not at.
Yes, our sister line went off again. Like you said, she's doing best. And now we're praying for her, whatever that she's going through at the hospital now. She took the time. That's how much really she wanted to appear on the Key Mama show right here. I think she's trying to fix the network right here. Please, when you're on, kindly share it for us. We really need it, because this is very, very important conversation that we are having here. People are really struggling, suffering in silence because of romance.
You can start a business and
please come again. Okay, she will find her way back again because the network is really acting up here. What I'm trying to say is that people are really suffering in silence when it comes to romance, because they have invested so much so in their partner. And at the end of the day, the person might wake up one day and just say, I don't want you anymore. Or they might start acting up so weird. And you ask yourself, where did I fall short? Or what did I did, oh, sister, you are back again. Thank you. And you'll say, where did I fall short? Your microphone is off. Okay, Sister Belinda.
Okay, am I back on?
Yes. Yeah. So like I said, based on your location, we are not going to drag too long. Now we talked about some of the things that we should do based when we meet each other, when to release information, try to, keep out of line, giving false information, and some of the signs to watch out for. Now, what can we do to help or advise? We know a lot of people going through some way or somehow. What are some of the advice that we can help our sister or brothers that are going through this kind of challenges, the regrets and the heart broken?
Okay, Key Mama, I have a helpline. I'm sort of an agony aunt. I have a helpline, and per my experience and how I've related with people, that with is to be there for them, to listen to them without judgment. Okay, without the I told you so, and why did you do this, and why did you do that? First and foremost, you need to have a listening ear and give them a shoulder to cry on. You need to be there for them and allow them to grieve. Okay, even though it depends on the individual and how long they have to grieve, there's a time that isn't normal, you understand? And right. If we have to look out for them, we need to know when they need to seek professional help. Okay, we need to know when they have to seek professional help. But first and foremost, you need to be there for them. You need to listen to them without judgment for some time. And then along the way, when there needs to be tough love, you need to put it into play. Okay, if you have to say, look, enough is enough, you need to grab yourself. What is this? It's been weeks, and that person out there is not thinking about you. Why don't you put yourself together, get a hobby, go to work, dress up, let's try something. It's difficult, but we know that, look, every day gets better. Okay, and we try to encourage them and be there for them, pray for them, pray with them. It works better that way. Try to listen, allow them some breathing time, encourage them, give them some tough love, pull them out of their bedrooms, go out with them, show them a different interest, something else to be interested in, like a new hobby and all of that. Yes, when you try all of this, okay, being there, offering a listening ear, and then along the line, the tough love thing, and it still doesn't work, you need to bring in a professional counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, depending on what you see the person going through. Yes, but the basic line is to be there for them, to listen to them in the beginning without judgment, without any form of judgment at all. Let them bear their heart out. Yes.
Okay, so the advice that we get now, brothers and sisters, as you are watching, Before I bring my closing remarks, I have one promotion video here that I would like to share with you before I come back, and our sister will give us her closing remarks, but she forgot something to tell us. So I'll come back and remind you on that.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for your attention. Enjoy your flight. Coming soon with great flights and great deals is Gold Star Air, registered and based in Accra, Ghana, providing scheduled and non-scheduled flights to USA, Europe, Asia, Middle East, and West Africa. Experience flying the spirit of Ghana with our direct and non-stop flights from Kotoka, Accra to Gatwick, London, Dubai, Guangzhou, Lagos, Abuja, Monrovia, Abidjan, Freetown, Conakry, Banjul, and Baltimore, Washington International. For more information, contact us on www.flygoldstar.com. Gold Star Air, Wings of Ghana. If I could just for one moment touch the sky, from that one moment in my life.
Okay, thank you. I guess you're seeing Gold Star Air coming to you very, very soon. And we're all going to soon enjoy or to fly Gold Star Air. Oh, Sister Belinda, you have a show, right?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
can hear
I have
you.
a show. I have
What's
a
your
show.
show about?
It's called Ask Bell, like Ask Belinda Anything, and it's on Radio 100.7. It's about
Oh, this
relationships,
network.
marriage, industry. Can you hear me? Industry,
Yeah.
politics, and everything in between. So I got the show out of the helpline that I started. Okay, it's called Ask Bell 24/7. There's a number that anyone at all could call anytime, no matter what they are going through. It could be finances, unemployment, relationship, parenting, everything else. And the whole focus of the helpline and the show is to help people find clarity. Okay, I'm not here to, I don't judge. I don't offer opinions that I don't know anything about or there's no need for. I just try and listen and then help you find some clarity. So what I do is that I'm like the go-between between the individual and then the professional that he or she needs to speak with. So that the moment you find clarity, we understand that, look, you need to speak to a counselor, key mama, or a psychologist, or you need to see a divorce lawyer, or you need to speak with a pastor, you understand? So my point is that when you call me, don't tell me your name. I don't need to know your name because people are afraid of stigma, okay? Just call me and tell me, look, this is what I am going through, and I want someone to talk to. I speak with people maybe from dawn till whenever. I listen to you, and then I schedule to call you back again, keep checking up on you. Sometimes I proffer something ever so slightly, so it doesn't look like I'm imposing it on you. Or sometimes they come up and say,
Okay, Sister Belinda will join us once again. You are watching Romance and Regret. That's our topic for today. Okay, go ahead, Sister Belinda.
Yes, so someone will along the line say, look, I think this is not worth it. Why am I even crying over this person? Then I'm like, good. This is the point that we've been working at, okay? So you have found clarity. Let's stick to it. So once a while, I check up on you. Now, we realized that we needed to support the helpline. So
the network is out again. Kindly share this program. It's very important. Anytime you come on Key Mama Show, kindly do share for us so we continue to have more viewers and motivate people that are in need. Even if this program doesn't benefit you, it might benefit someone. So try to do share. Okay, Sister Belinda, go ahead.
Yes, so the Ask Bell show is all about helping people. I mentioned at the beginning of the show that I'm people oriented. So it's all about helping people from all walks of lives, no matter their orientation or their nationality or religion. I'm just there to listen to people. Okay, yes.
Okay. Well, do you have a number or contact website that someone who Because Ghana, you have a lot of people who will be calling you. What's your
Yes.
number, please?
The number is 0207-743554. So if you're calling from outside Ghana, you have to prefix it with +233. So the general Ghanaian number is 0207-743554. If you're calling from outside Ghana, you have to prefix it with +233. Yes, and then we are on Facebook, Ask Bell, ASK, and then the short form of Belinda, which is BERL, Ask Bell anything. So once you type Ask Bell on Facebook, we are there. We are on TikTok, we are on Telegram, we are on Instagram, yes. And you can call us anytime, no matter what the issue is. If it is just that you just want a friendly ear to talk to someone, call us. You don't have a
Okay.
problem. Anytime, yes.
Do you
24/7.
also talk about romance? So in case somebody needs
I
to
talk
have a
about
romance talk?
virtually everything. I think we had audio issues when I mentioned it. Ask Bell is about anything, everything.
Okay.
Relationship, industry, politics, marriage, parenting, employment, job issues, investment, and everything in between. Everything that has
Okay.
to do with your life, Ask Bell is interested. Okay, and I care about everyone enough to listen to you. So you can call me anytime, 24/7.
Wow.
Yes.
On behalf of the Key Mama Show, Key Mama Foundation, the team, the producers, everything, we say thank you. And we wish you a speedy recovery. And we
Thank
really appreciate you taking the time from the hospital. You are in the hospital and calling on the show to do it. I don't know how we can thank you enough. And God
God
bless
and
you.
country.
Yes, we look forward hosting you again on Key Mama Show. God
No
bless
worries at
you.
all.
And
God
please
bless you,
take
Kiki
enough
Mama.
rest. Advice from
Thank
Key
you.
Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you, viewers and
You're welcome.
listeners. You all heard that romance and regret, you know, it's in everybody. Whatever that you do and you fall in love with someone and it doesn't work out, you try your best and it did not work out, don't hang yourself. Don't hang yourself. Don't go crazy. Don't have broken heart because your heart is very precious and it belongs to you and you alone. So protect your heart from regrets and heartbroken. God bless you. This is Key Mama, Catherine Kojo. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all that social media handles. When you have any topic, any discussion, and you want us to discuss on Key Mama Show, I have an open door policy. You are always welcome. God bless you. Don't forget to share and also donate to the Key Mama Foundation, www.thekeymamafoundation.org. Have a wonderful day.